I noticed this happening before. I don't know what's leaking though. This is an item that I've had for the longest, just haven't opened it, but today is definitely the day to finally use it. Use my little endoscope. I do feel like the water that I'm seeing in here is not related to outside. So the hunt continues.
Working on me. Working on getting better. Working on me. Working on getting better.
Now, since I got a good look at the top of that box and seeing that the water that's pooling around the box may possibly be coming from above, I think the water that was dripping outside may be a separate leak. Now, there's two things that could be causing that leak based off the suggestions that you've all posted in the comments. One, it could be because I'm filling up the fresh water. That was my original suspicion. The only thing that now kind of makes me step back or doubt that, recently, I did not put any water in the freshwater tank, but I did turn on the water heater, and I wound up seeing water dripping. So it could be connected to the water heater being turned on. It could also be connected to the fresh water being filled, the tank being filled. Now, I did want to change that inlet, so I do want to do some investigating around the inlet. And I did discover that there's actually an access point that'll give me access to that, which will make it a lot easier to change it. So we're going to go ahead and look at that right now. So, my good old-fashioned Facebook group helped me with this one. There's actually an access point in the garage. I had noticed this, but never thought it had anything to do with the inlets, so I ignored it. In fact, all I did was just make sure when it was time to pack stuff into the RV, is to keep in mind that that was going to be in my way. Come to find out, if I remove it, I'll be able to have access to the opposite ends of these inlets.
Imagine sun shining, pink clouds in the sky, and everything is right. Imagine stars lighting up the night, and a shooting star so vibrant, you have to make a wish. Nothing's ever in your way, scoring every shot you make. No, you've never heard of pain, because you're just high on life. Every day is Saturday. Life is sweet as birthday cake. Why can't it just stay this way? Like you wanted to, like you wanted to, like 24/7, like 24/24 heaven. Oh, like you wanted to, like you wanted to, like 24/7, like 24/24 heaven. Oh, nothing but blue skies, a totally peaceful mind. Never need a second try. No, you get it right the very first time. It could be the best of days, it could be the best of times. Why do we need the troubles? Why? Why do we need the troubles? Why?
So this is what it looks like from the inside. This one is going to be the hose that is for the city water. This is the gravity fill or the fresh water tank. And one thing that I mentioned is that the vent had been clogged, and you can actually see that from inside. It looks like it's full chunks of dirt in there. That is disgusting. Let me show you what everything looks like from the opposite side. This is the one connected to the Bluetooth. This is the one that fills the fresh water. This is the vent that I've been having issues with. And looking inside, we can see why. Now, I did purchase some replacements. This one I'll be able to change today. This one, not so much. A while back, I purchased this to replace this inlet. I thought it would be a good idea to get one with a lock on it. But now that I actually see how it's set up and see how you need the key each and every time you open it, you can't leave it unlocked. The key actually is needed in order to pull it off of the inlet itself. I don't know if this is what I want to go for. And also, I'm not certain if the tube for the vent, that's already on there is going to fit the size of this tube on this new inlet. So just to be safe, I've already ordered one that looks exactly like this. It'll be on its way. This one, I'll see if that tube will fit, but this design may not work for my needs. To replace this current city inlet, I wanted to go with the metal one. This one seems more heavy duty, and it just seemed like a better option because I am going to put some items on this, such as a filter, so I can filter the water coming in. And I just thought that buying one that's metal would give it a chance of surviving the extra weight. Oh, okay. Looks like we're gonna need some tools. Is water supposed to come out of this right now? Okay. Hold on now. Is it just a little bit? Or are we gonna have an explosion? Oh. Okay. Okay, that's it. Good to know. All right. So I will need to clean this off, this extra gook. Well, let's see what we got to clean this off with. Now, I do know mineral oil is usually recommended. I think rubbing alcohol as well. But what we have is white vinegar. We'll see if it works. Break it down. Break it down. Get some of that residue off. Get some of that. Yeah, that's coming off. That's great. That hard water. Drippy drip. But we're not really getting any of this caulk off. Oh no, it's coming. Gotta be patient. Now, I learned that this was starting to fail on me when I was still in Nevada. I used to actually use the city water inlet in order to operate the plumbing inside the RV. Then I started to notice that water was dripping from this. Somehow or another, it's like the connection was no longer strong, so it would leak out the side. Then I started using the fresh water tank and turning on the pump whenever I needed to use the water. But one thing I also noticed is once I started doing that, is that water would somehow come out of this and drip down, which is one reason why there's so much hard water residue running down the side of the RV whenever the pump was on. I don't know what that means. I did some research and it was suggested that I may need to change my pump, But the pump has been working without any issues. So that's rather, so I'm still confused about that. And the funny thing is I do have a water pump because I was planning to replace it. So at this point, it's more or less just an extra pump because the pump still works. When I looked online, it seemed as if it was spewing out of the city inlet when the pump was on, that the pump was going to fail soon. Well, my pump hasn't failed, so no point in switching it out just yet. But I am curious to know how water would make its way out of the city inlet because the pump was on. I don't get it. This may not. This isn't as clean as I like for it to be. Well, that rubbing alcohol is doing a lot better. That's good enough for me. Now we're going to get some plumber's putty. Put this new one on. Probably should put some of that plumber's tape in there. Yeah, I think that might be a good idea. Let's pull out the plumbing supplies. I think I need this. And some plumber's putty. I hope this stuff doesn't have an expiration date on it. Let me see if it's still putty-ish. Ooh, good enough for me. I think that'll work. And this is the stuff that'll wrap around it. We're good to go. Uh-oh. It doesn't look like the plumber's putty's gonna matter on this one, because it's pretty much flush. Whereas this one, there's a bit of some spacing. Dang it. These are things that I didn't think about when I decided to buy something different than what was already on the RV. Something you all may want to consider if you try to do the same thing. The next thing is, I know I'm supposed to put this on a certain way, so when I tighten it, it doesn't come off. Hold on. All right. Okay. I think I figured it out. Let's wrap it that way. Hold on. Well, we're going to do it like most people do. Just follow my instincts, and if it's wrong, I'll start all over again. No. Hold on. Let's see if this is the right way. Nope. It was wrong. It was wrong. Okay. We still run out of daylight, so we're going to finish this project tomorrow. But maybe I can at least get this on. It's on. It's too dark to turn on the water because I don't trust that I'll be able to see if it's leaking all over the place. In the plan, when we do actually set this up officially, I got this angle thingy. Put that on. So that way, when I add the filter and that's hanging, it won't be a whole bunch of pressure being applied to the inlet. Now, some people I've seen put the filter closer to the spigot itself. That's an option. But I don't know why I don't like that option. Either way, we'll come back to this later. Looks like it's going to be a day 2 situation. And day 2 of this project begins. So one thing I did not expect when I actually took the city inlet off yesterday was how it would affect the plumbing entirely. It didn't really cross my mind that this is one pressurized system. Even though there is a freshwater tank, fill that up, use a water pump, it feeds the plumbing. Or put a hose on the city inlet and the pressure from city water just forces the water through. For some reason, my brain was like 2 separate systems. Nope, not at all. I definitely learned that yesterday. So when I took the city inlet off and that water kind of came out, that was the pressure being released. I put it back on, but I don't think it was necessarily tight enough to be used. I just put it on so dirt, debris, and lizards didn't get into the pipes. But all last night, I was absolutely terrified to use the water. There's a little bit of water in the freshwater tank, so I would turn on the pump, and the pump does not sound the same. In fact, it's quieter. Now that is kind of like a good thing. But another thing about the pump, as soon as I turn it on, it's going off. Even if I have none of the faucets on, you hear it. It almost sounds like a combination of air seeping in, water and bubbles seeping in, and water spewing out. I opted not to investigate to see if water indeed was spewing out anywhere. We would be doing that today. But I am scared that I don't mess something up. So let's hope everything is okay. Let's just hope once I tighten that city inlet properly, fill it up, have a hose attached to it, everything will be fine. But it sounds a little weird. Y'all ready to go? Go for a walk? Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. Come on. I think it's probably a good idea to actually check on the inlet. Hold on. Well, first off, I left it open. Oh, goodness. That's probably why. And it's leaking. Lord, that might explain why I was hearing so many weird sounds. Let's go ahead and close that. And then I see water dripping down here. Where are you coming from? Lord, let me see. First I thought it was the hose. But oh Lord, it's all type of wet in here. Oh my goodness. Oh, no wonder I heard water. Lord. Oh no. I knew I heard gurgling. Well, I think on a good note, this area isn't leaking. Well, I guess we learned a very valuable lesson today. If you're working with any of the inlets, any of the plumbing, you may want to finish the job. I was losing daylight yesterday, so I thought I'd just come back, no biggie. I was wrong. I was very wrong. I'm gonna go ahead and get these dogs taken care of so I can get back to this project. Me and the dogs are back from the walk, and now that I know that I am spewing out water, I'm not gonna leave this on too long, but I am gonna turn on the water pump, since I need to wash these poo bag hands and also to give you an idea what it sounds like. So as soon as I turn it on, usually you don't hear it until you turn the faucet on. I mean, it still works. It's just, I don't think it's supposed to just be running like that at all. So, let's get our hands washed and move on. Well, the dogs ate. I ate. And now it's time to investigate to see how much damage I caused. I am going to actually go underneath the bed in order to see if there's any water being spewed out near the actual freshwater tank. And also I want to try to start loosening up that vent. I haven't received the replacement just yet. It is scheduled to come today, but I do want to at least clean out that vent tube because it looks disgusting. And it also affects how quickly the water can go into the gravity field, aka the freshwater inlet. So let's go do some manual labor. Children, I love you, but it's time to get out. Yes, you're getting evicted. Come on, out. Bye. Thank you. One down, be right your turn. Get out. Ugh. Thank you. Okay. Push it back. Make sure we have clearance. One of the projects that I have is a bed lift. Now, the thing is, it says king bed on it, and this is not a king bed, so it may or may not work, but we're going to try. Here we go. Get it. Use your head. Get it up. Okay. That tube is connected to the city water inlet, going straight into the plumbing. This one is the gravity inlet, going straight into the freshwater tank. Then this one is the vent. So I'm going to need to screw this off so I can get this loosened. We can pull that out from the other side and get it cleaned. Then you see down there, that's my water pump. It literally is just on a block. A lot of people have said this, which is why it makes so much dang on noise. So at some point I want to figure out how to buffer that sound. Then it's kind of interesting. It is interesting to see what else is in here. See what the wiring is. We got an outlet right there. All this is gonna come in handy because I got some plans for some of this electric. I need more outlets. Get this clean. Okay. Definitely gonna need to get to that from outside. Actually, outside the RV. I don't have a lot of, they didn't give me a lot of, I might have to loosen the accordion tube too. I just don't have a lot of space either in there. You know, wait, I can probably get that. Maybe I can reach that. Come here, dirty buddy. Oh, that is beautiful. Just beautiful. I would definitely recommend any of my RV owners, van lifers who have a freshwater tank with a vent to maybe take a look at your vent tube and clean it. It will fit? Yep, it will. Alright. Goodness gracious. Oh, it's concerning. Like, what is it? It looks like almost like a little dirt snake. Take this inside. Soak it in the sink for a little bit, loosen all that whatever. I don't have access to water. Okay, never mind. Go back outside. I guess we'll just use the hose. I don't even know how to clean this. I feel like it's just best if I just go get another one. Uh-oh. 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 It's fighting me. Yeah. Oh, it's getting funky. Come on, man. Oh, boy. Look at it. It's just caked in there. I guess I can squeeze some out of it. Okay. Squeeze it. Make it move. Come on. Never had I ever thought this would be something I would be doing. Okay. Okay. You gotta shake it loose. Shake it loose. Shake it loose. It's working. It's working. Yes. Okay. We got a little more in there. Get it from both sides. Oh yeah. I think we figured out the technique. Got it, y'all. Okay. Yep, they need to start working out. Oh yeah. It looks crazy, but it worked. I don't like what I'm looking at. Might have been impregnated by alien gook. Alright, so this definitely needs to be sanitized. I'm gonna have to read the instructions on how to sanitize the freshwater tank. Use those same instructions to sanitize this thing. It's clear now. It's clear now. And I'm tired and out of breath. So, I think we'll start doing some workouts. Let me know if y'all want to join. Since we got the thick gook out of it, I was debating on whether or not I would go purchase some chlorine. I can just use bleach. I have bleach. Because you can see there's like, it's like these little baby clouds, these little white clouds, which gotta be mold. I can't imagine, I can't guess what else it could be. I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of the bucket I purchased, the foldable bucket, fill that up with water out here, pour some bleach in there, and then we're gonna start scraping all the rest of this stuff out. Guess I could have did this when I was loosening up the dirt. I didn't even think about this bucket, completely forgot about it. And then I'm trying to be all super sanitized with this hose. But that's not really necessary because I don't drink out of the hose. The water goes in the fresh water tank and the air just vents out of this thing. It's another reason I was like, screw the chlorine. Just use some bleach. I think people use bleach anyway when they do their fresh water tank, so this should be fine. I should take those metal things off though, since I am soaking it in water. Yeah, let's do that. Turn it off. Get these pieces off so I don't lose them. And I think there's some bleach right there. Yeah, perfect. I don't know how much I'm supposed to pour in here. Hopefully I don't mess up my dang on clothes. Yeah, just a little bit. That should be, I don't know. I guess that's enough. I got a whiff of that bleach. So I'm gonna just do this in a towel. I was gonna do it in my drawers, but I think this is a little more appropriate. You just go ahead and sit in there for a little bit longer, buddy. I almost started a zombie apocalypse, y'all. It was almost my fault. You get up in there, I smell that bleach, something gonna die, that's for sure. Opted to put the pants back on. But I'm gonna stay as far away from that bucket as possible. There's a few things that I will need for both the inlets once everything is here. One of them is the butt tape. Use the butt tape. Now, you know, I didn't realize at the time when I purchased it that there are actually colors. I wound up getting black. I didn't realize that it came in black, white, and maybe a few other colors, but this is going to be black, so all the little seals will have a black trim to it. Wakanda forever. I have sealant, but everybody says butt tape is good enough. Plus the sealant that I have, I don't think is intended for weatherproofing water fixtures. And I don't feel like going to the store, so what I have will do. If it doesn't do, then I'll go get something. Using those blades yesterday was not the easiest. I do have a scraper of sorts. Have to figure out where it is. I think it's in my painting. A box full of paint supplies though. But we're going to check this one first because the paint supply box is harder to get to. And I need to see what that one container is that's getting wet. I hope whatever's in it isn't destroyed. Nope, that's not what we need. But we do need to get around the middle. It's a bicycle that I found in the trash when I was in Pennsylvania. But it needs some work done to it. It's a little beach cruiser. I want to get it all painted up and then go cruising on the beach. Then I do also want to get another bike, more like maybe a mountain bike or a trail bike. for me and the fur babies. Okay. I don't think any damage was caused to the stuff that's in here, even though it does have one of those bottoms that is open. This is my photos. All my little entertainment booklets, my CD booklets. But I don't think any of the water got in, so. Woo! We dodged the bullet there. Now this is possibly how the water that was dripping outside wound up in the spot that it was. It was definitely coming down this wall into this little storage container, out that little drip tube or whatever that is, and then on to the ground. Now, whoops, put this on temporarily. Go ahead and loosen it up. It took me a minute to figure out how everything worked. It was a shame. Okay. Obviously, I still don't remember how everything worked. Hold on now. No, that not what we did? Don't lose these dang on screws, please. Ah, that's what we twist. Okay, so twist that off. I want to get some butt tape on the front of this. Oh, here we go. More of a mess again. Might as well get this off while I can actually reach it. I'm still going to have to go inside underneath the bed and loosen this tube. Because I just don't have it. Uh-oh, maybe I might have to do that now. I don't think I can do it. Can I get it from outside like I did the other one? Let's try. So is this supposed to come off like this? Once I get the new one, I don't know. See if the other one's built the same way. I can't write on now. I don't know if the vent is going to fit on the one I purchased that has the key built in. This looks so much bigger. Let me compare and contrast. Huh. Well, I guess it'll work. I just want to put this one on so I don't have to wait. And then the one that I have coming, I can send it back. But here's the problem. My biggest fear is that if I lose this key, I'm screwed. Because the key that comes with it, like, I thought I'd be able to, if I wanted to keep it unlocked, I'd be able to keep it unlocked. But no, it's like it's either locked or open. Those are your only options. And I kind of don't feel comfortable with that. But it was a good idea. I'm still going to keep it. So if there's ever a zombie apocalypse, at least I know nobody can get to my water. Went ahead and added some more of the plumber's tape. Or whatever this is. What is this called? Thread seal tape. Okay. And let's go ahead and put some butt tape around it to help lock in the water so water doesn't come in or out. You just like fold it back. Well, maybe that's it. There we go. That seems like a good technique. Instead of trying to rip it off, just fold it. And I know this a lot, but it's gonna come spew. This is actually too much now. I think about it. This is just gonna come spewing out of the side, and we'll trim it off the side. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot. But hey, at least we know it's on there. There we go. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is way too much. But guess what? It's on there. It's on there. Where the hole is that? You might just have to make some new ones. Well, I think they self-drilling screws, so you can just make new holes, technically. There we go. I mean, that seems like that's well protected. Got a new fresh blade. I'll get that extra bit off. Now I still want to put a little bead around it, but not as much as we had going on. That was way too much. I got a little bead saved, but let me go ahead and scrape this off. Come on. I thought this was gonna work better, but it's just as bad, just as much as the struggle when I was using the blade. So it took a bit, but I was able to get this cleaned off. Now it's not 100% clean. There is still some residue, but not much. And if you notice, there's some butt tape spewing out of this. And the reason that is because the piece that's on the back of this, I actually screwed down, tightened a tad bit more using this. So able to tighten this up. Try to get this as tight as possible. This isn't on yet. I just gotta sit in there. That pushed some more of the butt tape out. Now, I don't know if it's 100% flush yet, but you can see quite a bit came out. Now, my biggest concern right now is one, whether or not this is actually failing, because I'm trying to figure out where the water was spewing out of. And then two, since I have this piece on, I can't really get this on, I think, as tight as I like. So I don't know if tightening this a tad bit more is a solution, which will give me more of this back piece, or if just taking it off entirely is the solution and putting this on. But I really do worry about this piece. I think it may be failing on me. So I'm going to try to see if I can figure out a way to get this connected to the hose, just so I can make sure it's not leaking from here, which is what I think is happening. I think this is where the leak is when that big old mess was occurring inside. Even though nothing was hooked up to this, somehow or another, it was like the pump was pushing water out this way, and then this is where we were having issues. But we're losing daylight again, so some of this may need to be finished tomorrow. So this project will not be completed tonight. But the good thing is, I do have the piece that I was waiting for. That has arrived. I just don't have the daylight. And honestly, I just don't think I have enough pieces, because I feel like I may need to make a trip to the home improvement store to get a new, I don't even know what this is, connection piece. This project is more involved than I expected.
Up and leave. Take a lot of courage just to live out your dreams. Bigger picture I could see if I just close my eyes. Have the foresight to believe. Time don't move backwards, it speeds to the future fearlessly. Charging forward with...
Alright, we're connected. Let's see how this does. Turn on the water slowly. Slowly, slowly. See something spilling. Or wood spilling. So that's the spill from the front. What about the back? Doesn't seem like it's failing from that end, but now I gotta release the pressure. So I'm gonna turn on one of the faucets inside, because if I take the hose off, it's gonna be a mess. Now I can turn it off and unplug it. Now this is how much piping I needed in order to make a good connection with this blue PEX. This is how much is available on the piece we have up now. Just to kind of compare, there's quite a bit more that we need. And these pieces right here bump into the holes. So that also stops it from really making a good connection. So I'm debating on whether or not I'm gonna keep that on or not. I may be able to just take that off. See how much tighter I can get it. I don't want to break anything because I started to hear some uncomfortable sounds when I was trying to tighten it earlier. I got this as tight as I can pretty much get it. So I'm gonna hook this up to the holes and see if it's on enough or if I'm gonna have to just take this bad boy off.
Even on the bad days, I thank God for making me brave.
And it's leaking. Oh boy. Hang on. Nope. 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 No. This is gonna be another 90-day project. I don't think I have enough patience. We're about to shut it down for the night and start up again because nope, it is definitely leaking. I'm gonna have to take that piece off. Or some of those washers that I had on there. I might just take the whole piece off. It has, luckily I'll just screw that in. I think I got it as flush as dang near humanly possible. If I tighten it on the other side, take it off, and then I can fit that hole on there properly. I just don't feel like doing it right now. Alright, so I'm gonna just tape this up so nothing can get inside the RV. I'm gonna put everything away. Just the items that I didn't want any lizards or bugs or anything like that getting into. I must say I am feeling a little defeated because it's taking a lot longer than I expected. Well, this is like every project. Kind of frustrating. If you ever do DIY projects and it lasts much longer than it did on a YouTube tutorial that you watch, it's okay. Same. Ditto. Me too, friend. Alright. That takes care of that. We'll try again in the morning.